Hello, my name is Darshan Patil. Today I am going to present some data analytics problem statement related to execution of code and concepts and some concept related to data analytics. So let's begin. So this is my PPT. So let's start. Out my outline of the PPT is as follows. First question is related to execution of then the second question is related to concept, that is responsibilities of data analytics. Third question is concept related to 1D 2D arrays using different methods. Then question third is the execution part of the 1D 2D array, and the fourth question is the statistical data analytics concepts. So let's begin. Question one is to execute the code, that is toyota.cv file in the code, and on that I have to use C1 library and different types of library to perform the code and to create the graph of different colors, and the KDA value is equal to false, that is the kernel density estimation, that is the probability of that graph is false. So let's begin. So here what I have done is first imported that toyota.cv file. I have renamed that file to darshan.cv file. Then I have imported that file to this code. In this I have imported different types of library like pandas, matplot library, numpy library, and c1 library. In this matplot library I have used for different functions that I have to do on that file, and then I have imported this library by running this code. As the code is run, the file is inserted in the program. Now the second part of the code, that sns.displot cars, this in this sns.displot is used to show my histogram. I have used this here this plot for show my cars data, age. Then PIT title is used to assign the name for histogram, that is the title of the histogram is X label age, that is the X axis is age, the Y label is price, that is the Y axis is price. So let's run the program. So as we can see, the output is the graph. On the x-axis is the age. The title of the graph is displot, plot of age of the car. Y-axis is the price. So in this way we have completed the question 1, that is the execution part of the uh, toyota.cv file, and performing the graph of it. So let's move on. So the next question, that is related to conceptual, that is the responsibilities of a data analytics. Before that, I want to share some information about data analytics. So what is meant by data analytics? Data analytics is the job that is that is basically um, to assign numerical values to this important business function, so performance can be assessed and compared over time. So basically the job of an data analytics is to do functions on the data accumulated from the past, and and to study it and to present in front of the stakeholders and or the organizations. So the types of data analytics is the descriptive analytics, the diagnostic analytics, the predictive analytics, and the prescriptive analytics. These are the types of analytics. So the main parts is the responsibility of the data analytics. So the basic responsibility of a data analytics is to design and maintain data systems and database. This includes fixing code errors and other data related problems. Mining, and the next point that comes is the mining data from primary and secondary source and reorganizing the data in such a way that it can be read by the machine or the human being. The then the next point that comes is the using some statistical tools to interpret data by pay, by setting particular values, attributions, attention to trends and patterns of the information that it is gathered in the by studying the data. And the last point is to demonstrate the data that is being analyzed by the analyzed the person to the stakeholders and the organizations or the institutes to which the data is should be transferred. So the last point that is important is skill required to be a good data analyst. The skills are the technical skills and the leadership skills. In technical skills, one should know different different types of softwares like SQL, R, Python, spreadsheet tools such as Microsoft Sheets, Google Sheets, etc. And in the leadership skills, leadership it these skills prepare a data analyst to complete decision making and problem solving tasks. This ability allows the analyst to think strategically about the information that will help the stakeholder or the organization to make informed decisions regarding the profit or the loss or any other information related in the past what has happened. So let's move on. So the next question is, what is 1D array, what is 2D array, and what is arrange method, line space, and I method. So arrange method and line space method are the different types of method used to create 1D or 2D array. By line space method, in the line space method the indexing method is used, means the starting index, the mid index, and the end index is used uh, to prepare the table correct and without any mistakes. And what is meant by a 1D array? So basically, a 1D array is an array in which only a single value is we can input, and in 2D array, two different arrays can be formed, and what is zeros and ones method? In zeros method, the the particular array is completely transferred into all zeros form, and in ones method it is transferred in all ones method. So for more clarification, we will study some code on this. So let's begin. So first code that we are going to study here is the is the creation of a single, that is 1D array. In this, a is equal to np dot array. This is the basic syntax, and in this I have put 5612 as the input value, and then I have printed the value of a. So as the input is 5612, it is showing as 5612 as output, as it's an 1D array. So next is creation of array and arranging it. So in this 5, 14, 12 is the random. So after this, I have, as we have used the arrange method, so it arranges the arrays and showed the output as follows. So the missing values are inputted in that. So after that we have used the line space method. So as we as discussed, the index, the starting index, the end index has been used in this. So line space numpy library is the basic syntax which we need to use in this. So the output of this code is as follows: 5, 13, 21 and 29. As 5 is the start index, 4 is the end index. So all the values are between them. So next is numpy with random values. So So to create an 1D numpy array with random values, we have to pass the length of the array to the random function. So as we have passed to random and the input is 9, so by running the code we get 9 different values in a single array. So next we are creating a numpy of 2D array. So there are two different arrays of four different values of random values. In this, the basic syntax is a is equal to np dot random, and this 2 comma 4 is the 2D array. So the next so the next which we are going to study over here is the numpy array shape. To get the shape or dimensions of numpy array, use nd shape or np shape array, whichever you are interested. Returns a tuple with dimension along all the axes of numpy arrays. So the output is as follows. So the shape of the uh, array is shown over here. So so next example which we are going to study is reshaping of an array. So reshaping means changing shape of an array. The shape of an array is the number of elements in each dimension. So if the in this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 goes to 12 are in a single array, so we are rearranging it and changing it to 4 comma 3. So the rearranged array is as follows. So so the four new arrays are created with three new numbers in an array. So the output of output of this code is as follows. So next code is implementation of zeros, numpy zeros. As we studied, numpy zeros is simply create is simply performing the uh, performing the 2 comma 6 into all zeros matrix. So as we studied, all the two arrays are shown in 00 format matrix, and the last one is the ones type. So input numpy as np dot zeros, as we as selected here zeros, so 2 comma 4 are also shifted into zeros. So the output of the code is as follows: 0 0 0 0 0. So as we have completed all codes, we will proceed to other other question. Question 4, that is conceptual, that is statistical data analytics. In this, we are going to look in what is meant by statistical data analytics, significance of it, the tools used for the tools used in it, different types of statistical data and difference between them, and steps of doing statistical data analytics. So let's begin. So first, what is significance of data? Significance of data analytics. So before that, we will study what is statistical data analytics. It is a procedure of performing various statistical operation. It is a kind of quantitative research which seeks to quantify the data and typically apply some form of statistical analysis. Quantitative data basically involves descriptive data such as survey data and observation data. So this is the basic definition of statis. So this is the basic definition of statistical data analytics. So what is the significance of data analytics? So basically a data comprises of an univariate or multivariate data. So if a data is univariate, different types of tests such as t-test for significance, z-test, f-test and ANOVA test, one way, etc. are used. And the data is mul- if the data is multivariate, techniques can be performed such as statistical data analysis or discriminant statistical data analysis, etc. Yeah. So this is the different types of ways to perform calculation on the univariate or multivariate data. So two types of data are discrete and continuous type. So if the data is of discrete, so the continuous data cannot be counted and change over time. That is, for example, the intensity of light, the temperature of the room cannot be changed, such as the discrete data can be counted as a certain number of values. For example, yeah, we can take the number of different cars, we can count the number of bulbs, the number of people in a group, etc. are the example of discrete data type. So next point is the difference between the descriptive statistics and interference statistics. Basically, the descriptive statistics is related with specifying the target population. So as the inferential statistics is from the sample, making them generalized or also according to the population. The basic techniques to perform the different tasks on descriptive statistics are mean median mode is the common technique, and in inferential statistics the probability, the hypothesis testing, and the analysis of variance, etc. are done. Sorry, 1 minute. Uh, So, and the outcome of the descriptive statistics conclude in the form of charts, tables, and graphs. And the inferential statistics come in the outcome in the single outcome, that is the probability scores. They so next, let's move to the data. Data can be differentiated into four different types. That is nominal, ordinal, interval, and ratio. So nominal and ordinal are qualitative, and interval and ratio are quantitative data types. So qualitative data types are then differentiated into non-numeric and numeric. Numeric are performed into discrete, and quantitative directly into numeric, that is discrete or continuous. So the data is after the analysis, the final step is the discrete or the discrete and continuous form. So So the what are the types of statistical data analytics? There are two important components of statistical studies, that are population. First one is population. Population is an assemblage of elements of interest in all studies, whereas a sample is a subset of the population. And there are two types of widely used statistical methods, that is descriptive statistical and interferential statistical, as we discussed. So, so the data which we collected can be can is basically of descriptive statistical or inferential statistical, and the operation takes on. So basic steps for statistical data analytics are, in order to analyze any problem with the use of statistical data analytics, uh, com- for first one is defining the problem, accumulating the problem. In defining, the precise and actual definition of the problem is imperative for achieving accurate data conquering in it. In accumulating data, the all data from various fields is collected and taken, and after addressing the specific problem, designing multiple ways in order to accumulate data is done. Then the analyzing parts come in. The in analyzing parts statistical data, uh, the analyzing text is divided into two types, that is exploratory method. This method is deployed for determining what the data is revealing by using simple arithmetic and easy drawing, graphics, graphs, and description in order to summarize data. So basically, if we take data and after analyzing to show to the stakeholder or to the organization, the basic way of presentation is done in the form of basic arithmetic equations, or in the form of graphs or pie charts. And the last one is reporting the outcomes by inference and estimates or tests that claims to be the characteristics of a population can be derived from a sample. Then the results could be reported in the form of table and graph of a set of percentage. So the reported outcomes which we are studying after the data analytics are given in the form of percentages or in the form of graphs to the stakeholders or the organization. So, so hope so. Yeah, hope so. The information about data analytics, statistical data analytics is uh, cleared. I have referred these two sites to create this PPT, and thank you. That's it.